What's an earnest money deposit? An earnest money deposit is the money put down by the buyer, typically held by one of the real estate brokers or the title company, showing the buyer has skin in the game. Now, the only two questions I typically get, one from the seller and one from the buyer. The buyer is always curious, do I get this money back? That's yes and no. So during a few of the contingencies in terms of the inspection contingency, the appraisal contingency, and the financing contingency, if the buyer backs out for one of those three reasons during those contingency periods, they get that money back. Now, on the flip side, if the buyer backs out for a reason other than those contingencies, they lose their earnest money deposit. Now, as the seller, this protects you, because if the buyer backs out for no reason, they lose that deposit. Now, how much money exactly is an earnest deposit typically worth? This is always 100% negotiable. I would say the standard, quote unquote, is 1% of the purchase price. So say you're under contract on a $300,000 house, typically that would be a $3,000 deposit. Now, everything in real estate is 100% negotiable, and a lot of times a stronger earnest money deposit constitutes a stronger offer. Another thing that you could do if you're very, very serious on a house is putting down a non-refundable earnest money deposit. That basically means that you are committed to moving forward on almost any condition, and you're not going to be backing out as a buyer, and that puts a lot of ease on the seller's mind, because worst case scenario, say you do back out from the deal, they get to keep that deposit. Now, if you have any other questions, would love to have a real estate conversation with you. My name is Nick Ottenbacher, Brookstone Realtors. Hope you have a great day.